Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
All right, welcome to another video episode of the Any Key Radio Show. I'm your host, Kenny Any Key Moore. Any Key Radio Show is a place and platform for independent creatives where I interview and spotlight the work of independent creatives in all genres of entertainment. Today, we're going to get into the business of music and talk about it from a manager's perspective. I have a guest that's going to join me to talk about it and give his insight. So before he joins me, let me tell you a little bit about him. My guest is Gabriel Tyus. He's a manager that's in the Atlanta area. He's worked with J.J. Hairston, Ty Tribbett, Richard Smallwood, The Dove, and Stella Awards, and more. I'm blessed and fortunate to call him my manager as well. So let's get Gabe in here. Gabe,
That got me
to
drinking my water. What's up? And the crowd goes wild. Yay!
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, how you doing? Glad to have you.
I'm blessed, man. Glad to be on, man.
For sure. So listen, here's the question I always ask people the first time they're on me, and the question is this. Tell me about your earliest memories of when you first fell in love with music.
Whew, man. 3 years old. My family's a musical family, so I'm a drummer. I started playing the drums at 3 years old, playing on pots and pans, furniture, walls. I used to get knuckles on my like blisters or whatever on my knuckles at the lunch table, making beats. Yeah. So from 3 years old on, like, music is in my family.
No doubt, no doubt. So listen, tell me how you got into managing. How did that happen?
So to clarify, I'm not necessarily a manager, but I am manager. I'm more so a road manager. So a lot of people that you name, I actually was on the road with them, assisting them, I've been on the road. But how I got into it, honestly, I fell into it. If I go way back, my first major artist I ever promoted, worked with, was John P. Key. We had 3 days to put a concert together in Ohio, in Dayton, Ohio. Matter of fact, shout out to my boy Chris Jackson. Me and him had to put it together and get a writer together. You know what a writer is?
Yes, sir.
For the band stuff. At that time, they had 2 drummers, and they needed 2 different drum sets. So that's 2 different drum sets, cymbals, organ. Church we was at didn't have an organ, so we had to rent an organ, keyboards, sound. So we did all that in 3 days, and we got food for them, and we sold tickets and sold it out. That was my first experience working with any major artist. And then from there, it was just up. Honestly, God opened up doors. I was under a leadership. I'm not going to say the leadership's name. The past kind of dogged me out, so I wouldn't be nothing. And I think when he said that, of course, anybody, we human, it brings you down. Oh, man, I ain't going to be nothing at all. But honestly, everything he said has actually happened and is happening. So it's like, yeah, that was my first major artist I ever worked with ever.
That's awesome. That's awesome. John P. Key is a legend. So to be able to have that on your resume is big time. So, you have work that you kind of alluded to it and you talked about a little bit. You've had an extensive list of clients and events that you've worked on and worked with. What have been some of your favorites?
My favorite, well, with anything you do, you should have a goal on who you want to work with, what you want to accomplish. So my ultimate goal was I want to work or be with Kirk Franklin, period. That was my, I don't care who I worked with. Like John Mickey, yes, he's a legend. But Kirk Franklin was like, I don't know, the first time I remember was Stump. Stump, we was in a skate rink playing Stump. Absolutely. So Stump was the first song that I can like relate to from gospel and I guess we saw R&B or rap type deal. So actually the Dove Awards, I forgot what year it was, but it was the year when his dad died. I was actually assisting him, and I believe I forgot who else was with him, but his dad had died and he flew back to, I forgot where his dad was. He left Nashville, flew to the funeral or whatever, took on his family and came back. So able to be with him at that moment was, because of course he's grieving, was like pretty dope. But working with Ty and JJ on the Bloody Wind tour, that was amazing. Learning from them. I was road manager. I was driving them. across the highways and byways on the bus with him. So I learned so much from JJ and Ty. Kelvin Lee, shout out to him. Uh, who else? Sean Gibbs. A lot of other people that I actually worked with. That actually, Sean Pennis, I can't forget him. That
Oh
actually helped
yes,
me
yes, sir.
become the person I am. And then my mentor, Carlton Cofield. Never can't forget him ever.
For sure. Now, I'm glad you mentioned mentors. That actually
Mm.
leads me to another question. Talk
Okay.
about the importance of mentors and how that was able to help you on your path in terms of what the work that you do.
It's very important for anybody. I don't care if you're an artist,
Absolutely.
musician, manager, to have somebody that has, I would say, at least 20 plus years in the game. Meaning they can tell you the bad, good, and ugly about an artist, about an event. Hey, Gabe, you can work with them, but be careful. Like I've heard that all my life, and I'm 30 years old. Hey, you work with them, just be careful, type deal. But my mentor gonna tell me if I'm right, if I'm wrong. He gonna pray for me. If I need money, they'll give me money. If I don't need money, they'll give me money, and vice versa. So a mentor is supposed to help you, but also you help your mentor. Cause a lot of mentors learn from the youngins, I say, because I consider myself as a young guy in the game. Even though I've been doing it for a long time, I'm still young. I'm still learning. So it's very important to have a mentor. Very.
No doubt about it. So, man, listen, talk about Keep Pushing Promotions and some of the services that you provide to your clients.
I'm sorry, I'm drinking water like crazy.
You good?
Um, Keep Pushing Promotion started out when I was, I think 27, 26. I went through a time where I tried to commit suicide. I ain't no warner. I tried. I told a story before, but I never told it on your platform. I took Excedrin, Tylenol P. I think it was Tylenol P at the time. What else I take? Dish detergent, laundry detergent,
Wow.
Patron, Amsterdam. Amsterdam was my drink back in the day, and I mixed it all in the blender with Kool-Aid. I used to
Lord
love
have
Kool-Aid.
mercy.
Yes, I mixed all this stuff in the blender and I drunk it. I knew for a fact if I drink this, I'm gonna die. I knew that. Like, okay, God, I'm ready to go. Of course, I'm 38 years old. I'm still here. God didn't want to let me go at all. But I took all that stuff. I was sick for 3 days, of course. I'll never forget going to my former church. My first lady told me I had a dream about you. You try to commit suicide. Of course, I'm Baptist, so I never believed in a prophecy. I'm like, girl, you lying? Like, you was in my house? Like, what's going? Like, that's my mindset. Like, this got a camera in my door. What is
Yeah,
going on?
with your mail,
So,
huh?
right. So the next day, I came back and told her, like, yeah, you know what? I did, you know what I'm saying? Like, but how did you know? And she's like, you know what? Everything you're going through is not just for you. It's for your family, your friends, your kids' kids. So, Gabe, the buck starts with you. So you got to keep pushing. She gave me all these scriptures and everything.
Mm,
And of course, I'm a PK, so I know the word, but I ain't no saint. But she said, keep pushing. I'm like, dang, you're right. I have no choice. So I started using a hashtag on social media. I would hashtag everything, keep pushing, no matter what. Facebook wasn't even popular back then, but when I started hashtag keep pushing, I got the tattoo on my arm. That's how serious I am about it. Um, so I tried to commit suicide, not knowing my testimony was helping people. When I was telling them, oh man, I tried to commit suicide too, or I tried to leave my wife, or I tried to leave my husband type deal, and that's where keep pushing actually came from. No super deep spooky thing, but that's where it came from. It's a true testimony that I literally wanted to die. Like I was ready to like die. I'm out of here. I had my little wheel rolling out back then. I had an Android back then, so I had my wheel on my phone. And you just open my phone if it was there. Phone was unlocked. I was ready to go, and that's where Keep Pushing
wow.
actually came from. And since then, no matter what, I mean, this industry is not easy at all. I'll tell you about it. It's not easy at all. But I don't care who you are watching this or can watch this now or later on. You gotta keep pushing no matter what. You have to.
Yeah, so now that's a great story about the name. Now talk about some of the work you do and for your clients that's part
As
of the
far as the
list.
work we do, like I said, my earlier road manager, we do manage a couple of artists. Definitely do security. So you have an event, big or small, do security. On the social media side, I promote for a lot of independent and major artists. A lot of independent artists do not have that backing or that I say that go-to guy. I guess I call myself the go-to guy that has the connections with the major people. I can say I'm blessed to be connected with major artists, major top dog managers, promoters, the whole 9 yards. So if you work with me, trust me, if I know something going on, it's legit. If I post it, it's legit. If I don't post it, I don't know nothing about it. and I don't trust it. Just being honest. But that's some of the work that we do, and we believe in anybody that we work with. We don't just do it for the fame, for the money. We do it because we actually believe in the artist, in the person. Even like you, Kenny, when you hit me up, it was like, okay, I did my research. I went on social media, we be talking about, and you legit about your business. Like a lot of people say, oh, I got this going on, but don't really have it going on. You legit have it going on, and I want to commend you for what you have going on, man.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it. I appreciate
Yes,
it
sir.
for sure. And talk about you talked about the work that you do in terms of promoting artists. Man, talk to artists out there, talk to creatives, talk to them about the importance of promotion and also investing in promotion for your work.
All right, let me just say this. I use Kanye West. Kanye West is the big hot topic right now.
Right.
He doesn't have to promote anything. Why? Because he's Kanye West. He
Right.
has more money than everybody watching this
That's a
right
fact.
now. Kanye West, what's her name? Beyonce. They could drop an album right now, and guess what? We all gonna either stream it, download it,
Absolutely.
YouTube it.
Absolutely.
Why? Because it's Kanye West, Beyonce. They have put years in this business. Um, that's the R&B side. Gospel side, who can we say? Um, I'm trying to think of a name.
Todd Tribbett, if he drops
Yeah.
something.
So
Yeah.
so well, Ty Tribbett, if he drops something, because I say Ty and Kurt, if they drop
Oh
something,
yeah.
more than likely,
Fred Hammond, Kurt
yeah,
Franklin,
Fred Hammond,
John
Kurt, John,
McKee.
even John B.
Yeah.
Key,
Yeah.
they may promote it, but it's not gonna be promoted like how me and you would do it, cause we gotta get everybody named Mama to know, hey, we
That's
dropping this
right.
on the 23rd type deal.
Definitely.
Those are legends. As an independent artist, you can't just go off of your local surroundings, like North Carolina. I live in Atlanta. Atlanta is huge. It's R&B, gospel, rap, country. Everything is here. You can't just go off of your fan base here, because you can go to Ohio. They don't even know you
Right.
at all.
Right.
But they can be, oh man, that's that person that been posting on social media all the time. One thing about me that got me really out there, I was posting so much, my family started deleting me. That's how much I was posting, honestly. My family, like, man, you post too much, man, you tagging me. But I knew for a fact, okay, man, I'm doing my job right. I need to slow it down and get some help from my mentors, other people. But it's very, very important to promote yourself. Don't just think, oh, you're dropping a CD next week. By the way, my birthday next Friday. Shameless plug. You
Yeah,
dropping
word.
a CD next Friday. Or we should know about it. We should know about it at least 2 months in advance. Like, you know what? Do a soft launch, and then the two weeks is coming out. Like, we're gonna blast this real heavy because, man, we want everybody to stream it, download it, pre-order it, whatever you got to do. So it's very, very important to promote yourself. Rather you do it yourself, your girlfriend, your wife, get a team to do it, but you have to promote yourself. You have to.
Yeah, talk about some avenues and some strategies that people should be using or can be using to promote themselves, not just posting on their social media
Right.
pages.
I always use this. If I use Atlanta, I'm always using myself. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. There's a lot of concerts going on here. A lot every week. Rap, R&B, and I try to go to all of them. Not just gospel, R&B, all that stuff.
Mhm.
That's the best promotion ever. Going somewhere wearing keep pushing. Going somewhere wearing your radio shirt. You promoting yourself right there. Walking in a room that maybe 5 people may know you, but there's 1,000 people in that room. So when you leave out, somebody gonna ask you, man, what that mean? Or if you got your number in the back, somebody gonna take a picture of your shirt, but oh, I'm gonna call that guy. He's a DJ. I'm gonna call that guy. He's promoting. That's one. Two, keep business cards on you. In my truck right now, I got some business cards somewhere in my glove department. I don't want to dig through it, but I keep business cards on me. Business cards are not played out, but my they should be noticeable. Mine are yellow and blue. What I have on is blue. My actual background is yellow. Why? Because if I lay it down, you like, Dad, what is that? You gonna pick it up because you
Mm-hmm.
see a bright
Good point.
color card right
Right.
there. What
Draws
else?
attention.
Yeah, and of course, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, um, Snapchat, all that stuff is where everybody is. But there's nothing wrong with going out, putting little cards on the, putting little flash cards on card, download cards. There's nothing wrong with doing that at all. Nothing.
Definitely, definitely. So, you talked about the work that you do in terms
Mhm.
of being a manager, and you've done a lot of road manager work. Talk about the different, because there's more than one type of manager. You
Yes, yes.
can have an artist manager, You can
Yes,
have
sir.
a road manager, or you can have a business manager. Talk about those different things, and then talk about the difference between those.
All right, so road manager is what I am for a lot of artists. Shout out to Giles Copeland, and one of my artists I work with on a daily basis. Now he has an album dropping on my birthday too, on 24th. Shameless plug.
Yeah, we're gonna
But
get you beat me
yeah,
to it.
yes. But road manager, I take care of everything on the road from the main artist, which is I use you, Kenny. Kenny, you the major artist. You may have 3 backgrounds. I take care of them. You may have a 5-piece band. I take care of them. Hotel. Make sure y'all landing on time. Make sure y'all picked up. That's my job. Make sure y'all got food. Make sure y'all paid. Cause anybody I work with, I'm sorry, this is a business.
That's right.
If we ain't
That's
got
right.
paid, we ain't
Come
hitting the
on.
stage.
Come
Period.
on.
Well, look, we can speak in tongues all day.
Come
Say
on
something
here.
on my mind.
Gotta handle the
Trust me.
business.
If we have not been paid, and you wondering why we not with it, why we haven't did sound check, we ain't got paid. And a lot of artists don't understand that. Oh, I want to do sound check. Well, your manager is trying to make sure you get paid, and he's trying to make sure he get paid. Because at the end of the day, we all got families, we all got lives and stuff. But that's one thing I do on the road. I take care of everything on the road from the time Josh leaves Baltimore, from the time he flies to I say Texas to the time he get back home. That's my job to make sure he is together, he is on point. Even wardrobe. I'm not a stylist, but Josh may be my wrinkle. I should tell him, yeah, you wrinkle, or you got lint, get a lint roller, roll him off. From a manager perspective, the manager is kind of the same. It just depends. Because there's a lot of managers that do everything. Like they are stylists, makeup, roll, all that stuff. Manager, your job. Well, I say booking manager. Booking manager, your job is book that artist. Like keep that artist busy. If you don't see artists busy all the time, because that booking manager not doing the job. Now, granted, if I'm on the road and we have, say Josh comes to Atlanta, we'll do a gig on Friday, but he doesn't leave till Sunday. My job as a road manager is finding something to do on that Saturday. Rather than doing a radio interview, we're
Mm.
doing a pop up at a
Yeah.
church, jazz
Sure.
fest, whatever. My job is to find something else because we shouldn't be sitting down when he got new product out. So that goes with the booking manager, and road manager, all three working together. Um, what else? Another question you asked me something else too. Right?
No, no, no. I was just saying, talk about the different, the
Okay.
different types you got into it. There's a booking aspect to it. There's a, road aspect to it. Then there's a business aspect to it because there may be a manager that negotiates on your behalf in terms of
Right.
contracts and things of that nature. Entertainment lawyers and all that. Or they handle your account. Your finances.
Right.
They may be the person that takes care of the financial aspect of your business. Making sure that your taxes are paid, making sure your bills are paid, and things of that different nature. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that so people can understand that there's different types. There's not just one
Right.
type of manager.
Now, when it comes down to my finances, I take care of my own. I will say that. When it comes down to any other artist, I use Richard Smallwood. He's a legend. I'm pretty sure I know for a fact he has entertainment lawyer, different kind of lawyers for certain things he has going
Sure.
on. I'm sure for a fact. If you're deep in this or trying to get in this seriously, do not get in it for the money. Trust me, you'll go broke like that first month. Get into it because God has called you to do it, first of all. And then two, make sure you're doing it for the right reason. Don't do it because Kurt Franklin, Molly Music, and John McKee is doing it. They've been doing this for years. Do it because you know for a fact you got it and you're different. Because there's so many artists out, so many artists coming out now trying to sound like Jason Nelson. My pastor, shout out to him, Jonathan Nelson or John McKee. Sound like your own self. Trust me, you sound like your own self, people will book you right away. Right away.
Yeah, that's cute. That's huge to be authentic. Your authentic self. That's going to
Got
open
to.
doors for you that no one else, that nothing else can. But you got to be authentic with it for sure.
Got to.
So if a creative person or if an artist is looking for a manager, what would you say are some of the qualities that they should look for?
Oh man, a good name.
Oh man,
Like
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
huge.
honestly, like that's the first thing. Like whenever an artist hit me up, like, I had an artist manifest. It's crazy. I mean, an hour ago, an artist just inboxed me say, "Hey, how much you charge to be a manager?" That's it. Not no good evening. How you doing? How your family? That's it. Now, mind you, I saw the message. You know, on Instagram, you can see a message
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not actually tap on it. I saw it, and I promise you, I will not respond. Because the thing is, it's rude to hit up anybody. And now, me and you different. We got a relationship, but if I don't know you at all, say good evening, afternoon, how
Yeah.
you doing? Like,
Introduce
it,
yourself,
yeah, it's. I mean,
yeah,
to me, it's just common courtesy. Like, I
no
mean,
doubt.
like at the end of the day, like that's the realest thing ever. That's the easiest no you gonna get from me. Like, I'm not gonna say nothing to you. I'm just, no. If I don't respond, it's how you came at me. Not that you was rude and nasty, but like, okay, good evening, how you doing, type deal. But yeah, make sure that person has a good name. But there's a lot of managers out here, role managers, period. Make sure that name is good. Ask around, ask other artists. Trust me, other artists are not gonna lie. Now they may throw a little shade, maybe because that person didn't work with them, but mainly most artists or other people are not gonna lie. I can say I don't have a bad name in the industry. I can honestly say that with a straight face. I don't have no scandals. I'm not here taking people's money. I'm
Important.
not, because I'm not in it for the money. Trust me, if I was, I'd be driving probably a Lincoln Navigator, the new one, right now. If I was in it for the money. Um, yeah, a good name, and actually write down what I would do. I would write down 10 things I'm looking for in a manager, whatever that may be. A good, my first one is a good name. You can go from there from the rest. But 10 things you want. But then now, as a manager, if you're looking for an artist, write down 10 things you want from an artist. It should be a good name in the artist. You don't want an artist that's
Sure,
always in
sure.
scandals or always
Definitely.
got sex tapes out, like, because that's gonna make you look bad. Like, hands down. I mean, just imagine the artists that we do know that came out with scandals, what that manager or that team had to do to fix everything. Like, you have to really fix everything to make sure that artist is back on top. Like, that's a lot. And I'm not saying I can't do it, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to go through that
Hey,
doing the damage control. Oh, they
yeah.
didn't mean this. Cause now it's like, oh well, you taking up for them. Well, I am. That's my artist type deal. So yeah, like to me, a good name is number one, and then just write your whole list down from there.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So if let's say for example, talk to someone that's thinking about getting into managing
Mm.
and talk about some of the mistakes to avoid and give some insight or some nuggets of wisdom to anybody that's looking to get into managing.
Whew. Getting into managing, do your research. Do your research. My first group I managed, and I don't mind saying the name, the group was fresh out of Memphis, Tennessee, was a great all girls group. I mean, they was great. Would I do an all girls group again? No. And any guy watching this, it just imagine, like,
I've been there, done that.
I did an all girls group, and the girls group was
Man,
great. It actually was me and another guy. We was good. We was booked with the Stellar Awards weekend, all that stuff. But it was three women, and at the time, I had a girlfriend. So like three women plus my girlfriend. Not saying she was nagging if she wasn't at the time. It's like that's a lot. So know who you want to work with. Know
yeah,
like okay,
yeah,
because as a manager, you may be an R&B. Your side is R&B. Don't get a gospel person to do R&B. Like that's not gonna work for the most part. But yeah, just make sure you in it for the. I mean, I can't stress it enough. Make sure one you called to do this. Make sure you're in it for the right reason. Like that's my main thing. Because even me, when I tried to quit, I tried to commit suicide. I actually shut down social media for a week to get back on about. Okay, I can't let people down. I mean, when you know you call, you know you call. Like that's my main thing. And I've tried to walk away several times. Even when I play the drums, I didn't necessarily walk away, but I passed the torch to other young guys that I knew that had it. Like when I say pass the torch, I gave away a drum set. And any musicians know drums ain't cheap.
that's a
Cymbals,
fact.
sticks, and
Very expensive.
I still maybe have like a pair of sticks in the house, but I gave away stuff. I didn't sell it because people gave stuff to me. I
Yeah,
gave it away. Like, look, you got it. Like one of the drummers in Maryland, Gabe Bennett, shout out to him. I gave him a snare. Here you go. It's yours. And guess what? He's playing for John McKee right now on
awesome.
tour. So like I gave him a snare, whether he used it or not. I imparted into his life. Hey,
Absolutely.
here's the snare, do your thing type deal. So yeah, make sure you're called to do this, please.
Yeah, that's huge. It's got to be something that you have a gift and a passion for,
Yes,
because when it's your passion and it's not work, it's something that you do without without
definitely.
strain or without stress. It's just in you. So I think that's huge. That's really important. All right, so you kind of you shouted it out and kind of teased it already. But talk about the work you're doing with Josh Copeland, and talk about the new project that he has coming.
Yeah, so man, it's- let me shout out Josh. Josh Copeland is to me he's a legend in his own right. I've been working with Josh. Well, actually, Charles Butler and Trinity. That's how I started working with Josh. I worked for the old group, and then Josh with the Sunday's Best. I actually went with him on the journey. So I don't want nobody to think, oh, he just hopped on the bandwagon because he's on TV. No, I knew Josh before TV. But working with Josh has been great. He's a big brother. I think I'm older than him. I forgot. Yeah, no, actually, Josh older than me. But Josh has a new single out entitled dang. Oh, he's working. I forgot. I'm sorry, y'all. Uh,
Hold up, I got you. I got it here somewhere.
Let me pull it up real quick.
Go ahead.
Uh,
Gotta make sure they got the title so you can go stream.
yes. I'm
All
about to
things
say the
working.
album. Yeah, all things working. There it is.
I got you.
All things working. The album will be out on the 24th. This is Josh's first album ever. If you haven't pre-ordered, please pre-order it. And his name is not Joshua, it's Josh Copeland. So please pre-order that. The album's coming out on my birthday, so that's a great day. And I'm geeked. I'm excited, man. I'm proud of him. Josh's been through a lot. Good, bad, and ugly. The behind the scenes ain't what y'all think it is, because trust me, we go through a lot. Not necessarily going at each other, because I can say we've never had an argument. Maybe one time, but just keeping him motivated, he keep me motivated. Because again, the gospel industry is not for the weak at all. Any industry, period, R&B, whatever, is not for the weak. You have to be strong in this. You have to know that God's called you to do this, and you have to be working with a great team. It's always good to have a good team that's gonna rock with you no matter what. When I say no matter what, if you go on a gig and be like, hey man, I want to get $500, I'm gonna give you 100. If you rock with them, you're gonna be like, okay, all right, cool, let's go. Because trust me, it's been times where I've been on road with people, not calling nobody's name up and not got a dime. Just being honest, and I was supposed to get a dime. And I know a lot of artists, a lot of managers that or musicians have been on the road, supposed to get a per deal, supposed to get a check, and that check bounced, or you didn't get it at all. So yes, let me go back to this. Make sure your money is right. Come on now. Come.
Yeah.
Hey, bye, bye, bye.
Talk about it.
Make sure it's right, y'all.
Talk like that. Yeah. So you know, it actually leads me to one more question about Josh. You said you were with him, you know, on his Sunday Best journey.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that, and talk about the after the actually talk about the transition after Sunday Best. What's that been like, and how did it go from, you know, Sunday Best? How did his career go after that appearance? Talk about that.
Man, honestly, 'cause you know Sunday Best is actually tape. If you don't know that, I mean it's tape. So we was actually traveling while it was airing. So I never forget we was in Philly, and we flew from Philly to Texas. And I'm not thinking nobody gonna notice who Josh is. The TSA lady stopped us. I'm thinking like he got a bottle of water in his bag or something. She said, you're that guy. I said, man, he's not that guy. Because I'm ready to go. Like, we're about to miss our flight.
Oh
Say,
man,
you're that guy. You're that guy from TV. And like, when that lady not just her, other people noticed Josh. I said, yeah, he's there. And we don't know the people. We in Philly, so you know TSA. It can be anybody. It can be somebody's uncle, whatever. And they stopped us. We was in Dallas actually, flying back from Fort Worth. The lady at the restaurant was like, "You're that guy." I'm like, "Wow." So it's like we've been places, and then somebody thought he was David Mann a couple times. Because of course he looked, you know, because y'all, y'all know Josh is short, bald head, so people may mistake him for David Mann too. So yeah.
Wow. So as we get ready to wrap up, tell me what's next for you. What's next for Keep Pushing, and then tell my audience how they can connect to you online and on social media.
Honestly, right now, this COVID and this Delta variant is kind of messing up a lot of things. So I can't really say what's fully next. We had a lot of things planned this month, but because of COVID, we want to be safe. We kind of like postpone it to next year type deal. But you can follow me on Instagram. Keep Pushing Promotions, all one word. I'm on Twitter. It's Gabriel Tyus. Follow me on there. And my main page is Gabriel Tyus. Follow me on here. I do have a fan page. Anything I post is legit. Rather it's about me or somebody else, it's totally legit. And I would love to connect with you. I'd love to work with you. And yeah, let's make it happen.
Definitely. And I can vouch, I can speak on Gabe's behalf and tell you that when he When he's working for you, he works for you.
Yeah.
You know, and he's easy to contact. He gets right back to you, very professional, and he does what he said he's going to do. So that whole thing about, you know, having a good name and keeping your word, I can vouch for the fact that he keeps his word and he has a good name. So
Appreciate it,
anybody
brother.
looking for a manager, for sure, reach out to Gabe and connect to him, and I promise you will definitely be better for the experience. So Gabe, man, listen, I appreciate a few minutes of your time. All to my audience, you know, we talked about Josh and his project, and we're going to actually talk to Josh. I'm going to have Josh on.
Yes.
So you get to hear from him as well. So stay tuned and get connected. And Gabe, man, thanks so much. Thanks for being on the NQ Radio
Appreciate
Show.
you, Kenny, man. Yes, sir.
All right. Appreciate you, no doubt. So as we get ready to wrap up, this is it for the video episode, for this video episode of the NQ Radio Show. I want to thank my guest, Gabe Tyus, for joining me. If you have any questions, comments, would like to be a guest on the show, would like your products and services to be advertised and promoted on the show, send an email to kanmmusicpub@gmail.com. Again, that's kanmmusicpub@gmail.com. Like, subscribe to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network channel on Facebook and YouTube so you can get alerts when new episodes are on, and so you can check out other shows on the network. You can become a patron on my Patreon page, which is www.patreon.com/ANYKENY to get access to exclusive ad-free audio, behind-the-scenes video, and show merchandise. Or you can order show merchandise at the online store, which is ANYKENYRadioshow.threadless.com. Again, that's ANYKENYRadioshow.threadless.com. Shout out to all my patrons and those that have purchased show merchandise, and to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network for hosting the show. Thank you so much for your support. You can connect to me on social media at Coach_ANYKENY on Twitter, TikTok, Clubhouse, and Instagram. And on my Facebook music page, Any Key Music, spelled capital ANY, capital KE, lowercase b, lowercase n, and capital Y. So until next time, remember, be positive on purpose. See you.